and welcome to the Crash Bandicoot N-Sane Trilogy. We're getting a little late on this, but fuck it. I've always been a little fashionably late.
A bit late's an understatement.
Yeah, I know.
Not as late as me. One video a month.
Oh, oh that's because you do more than just record video games. You actually do legitimate, proper things. God damn,
you do real life stuff.
God damn, this load screen's obnoxious. Anyways, we're gonna start with. Wait, where am I going? Oh, what are you doing? Well, I guess we're starting with Crash 3 first. I thought we were gonna go do this in chronological order.
Nah.
You done fucked up already, man?
I know, right? God dang it, me. Pass me.
Yeah, I was supposed to be the one to play Crash 1, but I couldn't get my hands on the N-Sane Trilogy by then.
Or, you know, I just haven't bothered giving you the money to do it, since I've paid for everything else at this point.
Yeah, I just, yeah, so, instead, Jehuty here is going to be playing Crash
3?
3, come on.
I don't know.
This is the only Crash, this is the first Crash game where Aku actually has speaking lines.
Yeah, what's up with that?
In the Japanese version of Crash 1, he actually does have a voice as well.
Yes, he has a voice, and he actually gets help. He actually gets little helpful hitboxes. By the way, can I go to point something out? Despite the fact that this cutscene looks fucking gorgeous, good god, Uka looks a lot less menacing than he does in the original game.
You mean how he's?
That's just because he's like bouncing all over the place instead of, you know.
I mean, granted, when the model popped up now, it looks a lot more menacing. But you know, earlier it just looked like a flying sperm.
Oh well, there's that, and the fact that he's like all over the flipping place, saying, "I gave you one single solitary mission, and you done messed up." All over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, by this point, this video has been recorded, like, everyone's reviews for this game have come out, like, Cat Icarus, Johnny, Brain Scratch is doing a playthrough, like, everyone has done a playthrough at this point, which is...
Yeah, we're just finally getting around to it.
I know, right?
There is still a way to amass the power needed.
So I don't like the part when Entropy comes out. Like, if there's one thing I do miss is that Uka's just like very steadily just floating in the air, and then Entropy just walks from the background. That was pretty menacing.
Dark Silhouette walk.
Many eons, my evil
And if you guys pay attention to the corners, you'll both see Nathan Drake and Tana popping up in view.
It's really weird how there's just a picture of Nathan Drake and then a picture of Tana.
I was about to say, it's more weird that there's a picture of Tana. I guess Crash hasn't let go of the old flame.
I guess, but at the same time though, I'm more confused of why there's an image of Nathan Drake. Why there's just a picture of Nathan Drake. I know it's made by Naughty Dog and everything, but it's the fact of Nathan Drake is just sitting in the back, just has his picture in the background.
The same. It's the picture of the same cutscene where they're playing Crash 1, actually.
The fact of being
that got super meta. That scene was just super meta.
Well, okay. The fact of being that he has Tana's picture means that there has to be something he misses from that. Something. Maybe it was the sex. Maybe it was the sex.
I don't even think that was the case, considering that they probably didn't spend no more than 3 days together after that.
Well, they had a whole year. They had a whole year.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a year that happened in between Crash 1 and Crash 2, and at that point Tana had left Crash for Pinstripe.
Still an awkward move. By the way, can I just mention that we're now playing a DreamWorks game with that cutscene?
Yeah, playing a DreamWorks game.
Like it looks like it looks like he walked right out of DreamWorks. Like we'll see it again later when Tiny shows up. Thank you for missing that box. But it's still the cutscenes just look polished and top notch, and I love it.
Well, you did it wrong.
I actually really love Coco's voice actress.
Coco's voice actress is fantastic. Too bad we're not going to see her in this entire part.
Aww.
Except for like, one level. Or sorry,
I was gonna say you can have her as a party member as soon as you start the game.
Yeah, but if you notice, I conveniently did not get her.
Yeah. Because there are parts where you do have to play as Coco.
Yeah, I make it a note to only pick up Coco after the first world, because I like to alternate between the two during worlds.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that from me and Crash 2. You're gonna see her.
You do nothing but Crash.
I mean, it's
aren't you boring?
When you go into a game and then you play as Coco, and then Coco just disappears and then shows up as a big floating head hologram, you're like, you were just here. Why?
I mean,
well, it's explained.
She's got to find some way to preserve the time stream with, or else cause the paradox to happen.
She's like, Crash, you need to, and then she comes back, and you're looking at her like, you need to what? Come on, you can tell me now.
You need to get you need to give me that laptop battery.
Crash 2, the search for the laptop battery.
I love
Exactly.
I love the voice actor, and I love the animation. It's like, Crash, 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 make yourself useful, big brother. I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Neutron. That's the voice actors for Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, and I was very surprised when I found that out, actually. I missed that checkpoint box. God damn it, man. Sorry.
Now you got it.
Can I say that the visuals for this place is probably the best out of the trilogy?
Oh, yes it is.
Oh.
Yes it is. Oh, like, this got so much polished into it, and I love it.
So much polish.
They were just like, we're gonna go 1-for-1 for gameplay too, and I'm like, I guess you did, because Crash 3 barely feels a bit different, but when you get to Crash 2, oh dear God.
Oh yeah, well that's because all three games are using the Crash 3 physics, which throws me the hell off every time I go back to Crash 2 and Crash 1.
I do not envy you for Hot Coco, by the way.
Hot Coco will be its own monster, and I will probably deal with that when I get to it.
I really hate how there's a
Crash, that's
plucking
nasty.
sound.
Crash, that's nasty. Why did you do that?
Yeah. What makes it weird is the fact that there's a pluck sound when he gets a gem or crystal out of his ass.
Yeah.
So one thing that always bugged there's that loading screen popping again for whatever reason. So one thing that always bugged the hell out of me is the fact that in Crash 3, Crash can swim properly. You notice he's going to the water rather easily. Why can't he do that in Crash 2 and 1? Why is water instant death?
He doesn't have swim gear, so
Yeah,
therefore he can't swim.
I mean, personal headcanon aside, probably, mainly because of the fact that he can swim, but he can't stay afloat.
I mean, he can't breathe underwater neither.
Oh yeah, of course. We're not all
Failure. I saw that.
That fucking eel clipped my foot, which shouldn't have happened.
Failure.
How does a hitbox work?
Vicarious Visions, the fuck is a hitbox? I'm using that joke from SGP. Oh well.
Oh well.
Their hitbox is so rounded and I understand. I love you, Vicarious, for doing this, but Crash 2, you sent me through a loop.
Crash 1 sent me through a loop. Fucking road to nowhere.
How'd you even skip that?
I don't know how you can spin right below it and skip it entirely. I think I did it during my speed run, which is probably a stupid idea now that I think about it.
Yeah, Crash 2
Well,
was,
that's what Crash 3 requires you to do to get to the best ending. To get the best ending is speed run.
Yeah, speed run the video game, which actually the game was designed around it, so I can't complain too much about that.
Like, in order to get the best ending, you have to get like every you have to at the minimum get every like sapphire relic.
Every sapphire relic, yes, but for whatever
To get
reason, I've been getting nothing but gold this entire time, which is a good thing.
Right. Well, I mean, that's
I'll make it a bit easier when I go back and do
You can go for the platinum trophy and get a platinum for everything.
Yeah.
why would you want to do that?
When
Though?
I get the crash dash, I will get around to doing that.
Well, I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't
you.
even.
Okay, so bit of a note. That stupid box that I just blew up at the core at the very start of the segment has tripped me up on every practice run I've done. I will get to the end, I will lose the I will lose the little sub, and I will realize that I've broken one box less than the counter tally. One simple box less than the stupid counter tally.
Damn.
That was about 70% of my a playthrough I did of the Wrath of Cortex.
It will be 91 out of 92. I'll be like fucking A.
But what?
Well, dude, like Wrath of Cortex. Yeah, Wrath of Cortex has some pretty insanely like. From the first level, you have to get like 150 boxes, and you get like 149 out of 150. It's like, I didn't try to get the box gem in those levels because of that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show out the fact that you can hit the target time to figure out what you need for the sapphire relic. Because I heard about a complaint earlier as I was looking at reviews that one person was complaining about the fact that he couldn't figure out how to do how to look up target times, so the game doesn't tell you, even though the game clearly says display target times at the bottom of the screen. Also, hello, First Coco.
Tiger.
Hello.
Ricky Tiger 6.
This is this is where that stupid fur K comes into play here. Look at how fluffy the tiger is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you see how? Just look at Crash. He's fluffy as hell. By the way, you can run through those. I didn't know that for the longest time.
Yeah. The game even tells you you can run through it during midnight run.
That's a little too late.
Yeah, that's a bit late.
It's a bit late to do it, but the game at least tells you instead of
Way to clip that dragon.
Yeah, we really haven't talked about personal experiences with like the Crash series. Well, at least with this game, I actually still have a copy of Crash.
Mr. Fox,
Time to die. Time to die.
I didn't know you could do that.
That you could jump. Yeah, you could always do that, even in like the original Crash 3.
I found that out I found that out during one of my practice runs when I ended up putting something in Coco careening off the edge. You'll see that a lot during midnight run. Anyways, back to experiences. Yeah, actually, Kazan, you go first.
I actually used to. I still have the copy. It's just destroyed to hell and back to where it will only load up the logos to the game, and that's it. But I love Crash 3. To be fair, I don't go back to the Crash series often, but when I do, I mostly just stick to 3. But I'll play the whole trilogy if I wanted to.
Just 3.
Crash 3 was the one I started with, and so to this day, one of my favorite games.
Oh, you guys are a bunch of youngins.
So I did go back. I did go back to Crash 2 because I ended up borrowing it from a friend, and I enjoyed it just as much.
You guys are a bunch of youngins.
I didn't actually play Crash 1 until the N-Sane Trilogy, actually, because Crash 1's actually crazy hard to find.
Let me reiterate.
And it's also just crazy hard.
You guys are a bunch of privileged youngins. Back in my day, when Crash came out, okay, I had that Hey, doesn't matter because I had that underground disc where if you actually input a code, you can actually play more games in that underground disc, which
yes, I had this.
I did not see coming. Like it was like some sort of shooter game that I was like, wait, what game is this? And it just happened to be like some sort of new game. It was a game under a demo. But one of the prime demos that I saw was just sitting up there in the top like left corner was Crash Bandicoot. And I played the living shit out of that demo. And it was basically I think it was like a fourth. It was I think it was Rolling Stones, I think. And that's the only like level you got to play. Oh look, it's Tiny.
Fluffy Tiny. Oh my god.
Voiced by John DiMaggio.
Either way, Fluffy Tiny. Like
AKA Bender from Futurama.
Still fluffy though.
He is very fluffy, yes.
But because of you youngins not knowing the privilege of playing the first Crash, aka
the hardest Crash.
I'm 26.
OG.
I actually been a Nintendo and Sega baby until the PS1 came out.
I actually still have a PlayStation demo disc that came with the official PlayStation magazine. I have one of them. I still have the demo disc, and it has like an interview with Hideo Kojima for Metal Gear Solid 3 and stuff like that. None of the demos work. I've tried my hardest to get them to work, but none of them will load. But the interview with Hideo Kojima will still load.
I still remember Crash 3 where if you inputted a certain code, you'd get access to Spyro.
Yeah, the Konami code.
Yeah, it was a Konami code, and you got access. You got access to Spyro the Dragon for at least the first world, and it was great.
Well, yeah, Insomniac and Naughty Dog really loved messing with each other, or at least they loved like putting, like advertising each other's games.
They were actually good friends. That's why they.
Until we get to Crash Purple and Spyro Orange.
Yeah,
let's not talk about that.
they were actually good friends. Each of the team had their thing, their rivalry, but they were both good friends. That's why they messed with each other a lot.
Speaking of that GBA games, has anybody ever heard of Vicarious Visions before the Crash trilogy?
I didn't hear of Vicarious Visions in terms of like what games they played. All I know is that they slapped their name on some games, and I found out that they did the handheld Crash games, which I actually played in the past, and I was like, oh my god.
I only played Huge Adventure, and while I did enjoy it, I can't find myself going back to that one due to how badly it's aged.
That was a good.
I'm definitely the youngest one here because I didn't know that there were other Crash Bandicoot games besides Crash Crash Purple.
Crash.
Yeah. There's Huge Adventure and Entrance, which are both really good games.
Hey, at least you didn't play Spyro Orange.
Oh god, Spyro Orange.
I used to actually have Spyro Season of Ice for the GBA. It is awful.
They're not as bad nowadays when you think about it. They're decent. They're decent isometric games, but yeah, they're
Spyro wasn't designed for isometric design.
No, they weren't. I should have missed that box, but you know, pillboxes.
Here's the thing though, when it came to Crash 3, I think it was a Domino's demo disc is where I actually first played it, and it was just like, it was the underwater level, which I was like, this isn't getting me into the game, because I liked Crash, you know, being on land and shit. You didn't miss that box, because the fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, that's the reason why I did. That's the reason why I'm not doubling back for these boxes.
But
if I'm correct, in one of the later levels, there's in order to get a secret, you have to let a pterodactyl take you away.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out which one that is.
You need to get the crystal first for the proper level. Then you go into that chase level and get that pterodactyl to take you up. I do remember that one.
Okay. I still hate how there's a plucking sound.
You've never pulled a gem out of a bandicoots ass?
No.
I actually like it because it's just like that's where he hides it. Makes sense.
Which, by the way, I do love the Coco dance.
Oh boy!
I love Coco's Crash dance.
Oh boy!
It's really adorable. Like honestly, I do love Coco's reaction whenever you get in Crash 1. Whenever you get a perfect stage, I like her version of getting a 100% on the stage of getting the gem.
So, can I go ahead and just quickly mention how bullshit the controls are for the jet ski?
What? It's perfect in every way.
They made it heavier.
They made it so it's like wave racers.
The only reason why this is gonna go so well as it is because I've learned how to actually properly control it, and that's not hitting the acceleration.
Actually, if I can compare it to any game, it's Wave Racers that I believe was back in the day, like old PlayStation and Dreamcast.
Well, I was gonna say Wave Race 64 because
there's
I was about to say Wave Race 64 comes into mind more often. Oh shit, Wave Race 64 comes into mind more often than not, and I miss both those boxes.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But when I thought of Wave Racers, I then started getting really good with Coco. Hot Coco could still eat a dick though.
Oh god, no. There's a way to cheese hot cocoa, and I'm gonna be showing that off.
Like you can't.
There's a way.
No. There is a way to cheese hot cocoa. Which, by the way, it was either John or Caddy that did it. But either way, thank you.
All I know is that I really hate it myself.
Yeah.
Like, if you were there for my stream, you saw that I hated myself during the lab.
Yes, I was there. We were talking about Point Sanity during the time.
Yeah, I was. I sadly couldn't make it to that stream because I've been out of town.
Look at this bomb just circling that one crate, saying, "I got. You ain't taking this from me, buddy."
You think that this is nerve-wracking? Wait till we get to Ski Craze and see how close I cut it to most of the bombs. And the fact of the matter is, I clipped nitro boxes like it's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn how to do that.
I don't even do it properly. I just do it by complete happenstance because the tail ends up clipping it and sets it off. But I'm already out of the blast radius. Lots of guys.
Hitboxes are weird, and like even in old Crash games, the hitboxes were pretty weird, especially like in Hog Wild and Crash 1.
Vicarious Visions, how does the hitbox works?
Well, no, even before then, like even in the original Crash 1, the Boar's hitbox was really weird.
Gonna pull it out of your pocket? Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And be adorable.
She is absolutely adorable.
Like I said, she even has her own little laugh whenever you perfect a stage in Crash 1.
Yep. All right.
Like how Crash does the ba-da-ba.
Yeah. Again, fluffy. Can't get over that.
Interestingly enough, if I'm correct, in this version of the game, you can't cheese the tiger section where you can just stand in one specific spot. But if you go to the cheese spot, you get punished for that. You get punished for going to the...
You're gonna see me get punished and cheese it.
Alright then.
Yeah. No, like, you can't do it. Tiny is.
Yeah, our first boss, Tiny Tiger.
I'm a little annoyed, but at the same time, I'm perfectly okay with it. But Tiny lost a bit of muscle in the 4K transfer.
He probably did.
He's-
I don't.
He looks fluffier, but his muscles aren't pronounced.
I mean,
Yeah. I love this part. I love
Oh,
this.
no, the entire thing gets cheese, regardless what they do.
oh, they're throwing cheese at you
Yes, they
They're
are.
throwing actual cheese at you.
because you're cheesing the lions.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're you're not supposed to be able to cheese it, but for some weird reason, the crowd
you
just
still
throws
can
cheese
cheese it.
at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still cheese it, but the crowd throws actual cheese at you.
And then they doing the wave while you're taking on the lions.
Yes, they are doing the waves. Kind of great.
And I like how
Now
Tiny
they're-
is like, yeah, go get them, my brothers.
Vicarious Vision put like a lot of detail, a bit too much detail into
I
this
didn't
game.
show it. I didn't show it up, but the tigers have a unique death animation now.
Do they?
Yes, it's actually an entire thing where you get nommed.
Oh look, you can.
I love this. I love how you can just shove Tiny's body across the arena.
Couldn't do this in the original, but it's still funny now.
Look at Cortex, like. "Ah!"
Actually,
Wait, could you do this in the original?
No, you can't.
Aw.
Actually, that's the
That
only
would've
time.
been great if you
That's
could.
the only time that Cortex actually shows up in a boss fight, outside of his actual boss fight.
It's
I still can't believe they chose.
By
They pretty
defeating
much
Tiny,
cheesed
you
the
have
crap out of
unlocked
it.
the gate to the next time travel area. Go
Why
back to
does
the center of
Aku
this
Aku
time
sounds
system
really
and save
familiar?
your
Like his
progress
voice
mission.
actor sounds.
From there, you will see.
I'd have to go look it up, and I'll probably end up having it by the time the next part happens, because right now we're about to end this part.
Aw.
And there you go, Tiny Tiger.
I really hope I can get this collection soon
And
because I am.
Because of that, look at that, guys. It explains
Yeah,
everything that's gonna happen in the
Forget
next
about-
other Crash games.
Coco's hacking the time stream so they can insert herself into it. By the way, a bit of a dead air in this last bit. I'm gonna show something off in particular. I'm pretty sure you guys would like
I
it.
love that.
Yes,
I
Coco
love
will
that
react to, depending on what idle animation you get. Coco will react to it.
She blew the hair out of her eye.
And thankfully, Crash is being very cooperative with his idle animations today, so you get to see everything.
Oh, I just threw.
She
Aw.
laughed. Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's your sibling stuff right there. I love it. I love it.
Okay,
Crash still has that like. Are the cops on my tail?
Crash, thank you for being very cooperative with me for this, because you
I
actually.
do love. Oh my god! I love that.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And now let's go
That-
and pick her up and get ready for the next part.
Oh my gosh. I
Oh.
love that.
Oh, Coco, I love you.
Holy crap.
I love you, Coco.
I can't like. Oh, that is the cutest thing ever.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed part 1. We'll see you again for part 2.
Haha.
The twin crash dance.